Timaru man's plan for tourist paradise. Keeping on top of things. The Hydro Grand Hotel, 1912. Possible conference and tourist hotel site. Let's link the old with the new and build a tourist hotel in Timaru. Let's help restore the Hydro Grand. Hydro Grand Restoration and Tourist Hotel Public Appeal. Good morning folks, Ron Bishop, Timaru, New Zealand. As I've said many times before, I'm promoting Timaru, the greatest city in the world, I reckon. Timaru, New Zealand. And I've just, several years ago, I started a public appeal to restore the Hydro Grand Hotel. And I'm reading from you, reading this pamphlet here that I did. I did this some years ago, but I never distributed it very far because I didn't have the money to distribute it. I got the idea. The idea is good, but I never had the money to distribute it because the council wouldn't give me any money, and everything I've had to do with promoting Timaru, I've done it out of my own pocket, and my pockets are getting a bit short at the moment. I don't have a lot of money to spend. Anyway, this is what I wrote in this pamphlet. The Hydro Grand Hotel was built in 1912, and this is what it looked like back then, with shops on the ground floor. Salt water was pumped up from Caroline Bay for hot water baths, hence the name the Hydro. In 1975 it lost the gables off its roof in a heavy storm they were never put back on. The Hydro Grand was once the most popular tourist hotel in Timaru. Much of the interior has now deteriorated and become outdated over the years. The facade of the building, however, could well be retained and the building turned into a real tourist attraction once again. The biggest asset is its location, which provides beautiful views over Caroline Bay and of the surrounding mountain ranges. The present owners have closed the building with the possible intention of demolition at a later date. It has some protection under the Historic Places Trust, but a community use and financial support must be found for it. Unless the public support this appeal, then Timaru could well lose part of its heritage with the demolition of this grand old building. The fate of the Hydro Grand is in your hands. Let's link the old with the new and build a tourist hotel in Timaru. I'm now reading from inside the pamphlet. That was to go out to many thousands of people, but never got out because of lack of money. And this is what the words say on the inside of the pamphlet. This photograph shows what the Hydro Grand looked like in the early 20s from Caroline Bay. The building alongside it is the Seaview Hotel, which was burnt down in the early 90s. The house is on the land where the Seabreeze motels are today. It is from the Hydro to the house on the right that the writer considers the best place to build a tourist hotel. It would link the old with the new and be a wonderful asset for the city. The huge potential of tourism in Timaru. In the year ended 2002, tourists, both international and domestic, spent $13 billion in New Zealand. In Canterbury, 3.4 million tourists spent $1.6 billion, and that figure is forecast to rise to $2.6 billion by the year 2009. Hotels are the most popular form of accommodation at 36%, followed by motels at 31%. Timaru does not have a 4-star plus hotel and is therefore not part of the tourist hotel chain, which is why many tourists do not visit the area. There are 10 major public companies, 18,000 small to medium-sized enterprises, servicing the tourist industry in New Zealand. There are up to 150,000 full and part-time people employed in the tourist industry. That is one person in every 10 of the workforce. Imagine what the Timaru district would look like if it could generate 10% more employment opportunities. The main industries to benefit from tourism are transport, accommodation, retail, catering and financial services. Other industries to benefit are construction, printing, manufacturing and insurance. Timaru is ideally situated to provide a central point in the South Island for travellers to be able to commute between other South Island centres. All we need to do is restore our icon, the Hydro Grand, and build a prestige hotel with conference facilities alongside it, catering for all the needs of our visitors. Tourism is the fastest growing industry in the world, and we in the central South Island should be aiming to capture some of that market. The need for a tourist hotel in Timaru is so great that other suitable property sites should not be overlooked. This is a sketch of a hotel, what a 17-year-old young boy, a graphic artist, drew for me in the year 2000. And I'll just read what I said in the pamphlet. A glance into the future. The above sketch is an artist's impression of what the new hotel alongside the Hydro Grand could look like. The artist has shown 3 towers built in the shape of microphones in keeping with the music on the bay sound shell. The shape of the rest of the complex is in keeping with the original design of the Hydro. Underground parking, conference rooms and swimming facilities, etc. are all included as part of what people want. Please bear in mind that this is just one person's idea of what a tourist hotel could look like. Other artists and architects could have different ideas. Public opinion polls. There were 2 public opinion polls run last year, and the following are the results. 95% of the people polled were in favour of promoting tourism in the district. 90% of the people wanted a tourist hotel with conference facilities. 74% said they wanted to see public ownership of a tourist hotel, and 53% indicated they would be prepared to invest in the complex. The public have indicated on many occasions that I'll read that again. The public have indicated on many occasions that hotel facilities are needed to bring tourists into the Timaru district and make it a central point for the travelling public. Feasibility study. Much research will be needed for such a large undertaking, and this brochure is just the first step to see if the local people are prepared to give it their full support. If there is enough interest from the public, then further feasibility studies and discussions with other interested parties can take place. Now I'll read from the back of the brochure. Hydro Grand Restoration and Tourist Hotel Public Appeal. Support group. Every community project needs a support group. People who are enthusiastic and passionate about the idea. Even though this appeal has the potential to provide huge benefits for the community, our civic leaders will always look to the public for their opinion. Become a member of the support group and make a difference in your community. Donations. Another important part of this campaign is to canvass for sufficient donations to enable the appeal to reach a much wider audience. All members of the public need to be made aware of this appeal, using as many advertising avenues as possible. Your donation will help do this. Every dollar you donate will reach one more person. Pledges. A pledge is an investment that can be taken up at a later date by way of shares or debentures. During the initial fundraising campaign, we need to establish from the public what sort of commitment, if any, they are prepared to make in the long-term development of the complex. This will give the organisers some idea of this if something from that the public want in the district. You decide. If you're unsure of the amount of dollars you want to donate, just tick a box and leave it blank. Okay? And there's a pledge form there on the back of the brochure. Okay? So that's it. That's what I'm trying to do. And I want your help. I can only do so much. I've spent many, many hours and many thousands of my own personal dollars trying to help the people of South Canterbury, trying to promote Timaru, trying to get tourists to come back into the district. And I can't do it on my own. I need your help. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, if you want to help this great project, help us to restore a town, a wonderful city on the east coast of New Zealand and the South Island, in the centre of the South Island, then give me a call. Give me a call at 0368611271 or email me ron@timarudirectory.co.nz. That's ron@timarudirectory.co.nz or phone me 0368611271. Thank you for your support.